Branch office and FIC are both taxable entities in Korea because they engage in profit earning activity in Korea, but they have different characteristics as illustrated below. Number one, relevant law. FIC is based on FIPA or FETA. In the case of capital subscription, 100 million Korean won or more, FIPA will be applied, and less than that, FETA will be allowed. But in the case of branch office, only FETA, because actually there is no capital subscription in the case of branch office. And then the nature of entity is FIC is considered as domestic corporation whose shareholder is foreigner or foreign company, but established under Korea Commercial Code. But branch office is considered as foreign corporation whose head office locates overseas. And the accounting of FIC is independent from that of its shareholder because this is independent entity in Korea. But branch office, the accounting will belong to its head office because this is a part of its head office. And then the establishment is declared to number one, KOTRA, or foreign exchange bank in Korea. Foreign exchange bank means a local bank or branch office of foreign bank in Korea. In the case where the capital subscription is 100 million Korean won or more, and then the amount is less than that, only the foreign exchange bank to be declared to foreign exchange bank. But in the case of branch office, the establishment will be declared only to foreign exchange bank, which means that the KOTRA do not handle the branch office. And capital subscription is actually no limitation. Theoretically, a corporation with only 100 Korea won is possible because the minimum unit price of the stock is 100 Korea won. But in the case of branch office, there will be no such thing because there will be no capital subscription because it's not an independent entity. And then capital subscription can be utilized in every kind of business related expenditure, including renting an office space, purchasing office furniture and fixture, paying employee salary, and all kinds of G&A expenses like travel, office supply, IT, communication, entertainment expenses. But in the case of branch offices, no capital subscription. So head office should supply the necessary funds to its branch office until it can be self-reliant. Dividend. FIC can remit dividend to its shareholders. In this case, a certain rate, restricted tax rate based on tax treaty between Korea and shareholder country, will be withheld when remit the dividend. In the case of branch office, no dividend because no shareholder. There is no shareholder. It's just the investor. It's just head office. Branch can remit profit after tax to its head office. In this case, there is no need to withhold any tax, but a certain rate of branch tax can be withheld when remit the profit. Branch tax will depend on the tax treaty between Korea and head office country. In the case of Australia, for example, 15% of the remittance will be withheld as a branch tax. Business scope. In the case of FIC, basically no limitation because it's full-fledged type. So FIC can apply any business scope which require any amount of standard capital subscription, like in the case of construction, 500 billion or more of capital subscription is required. So like this, in Korea, any industrial sector, this kind of capital subscription is predetermined. So only the FIC can satisfy this requirement. So only FIC can do this business. In the case of branch office, basically the business scope is limitary. Usually, branch office will be applied to basically commission-based service industry or small-sized inventory carrying retail sector or domestic. Generally, when in the case of FIC, when bid to a certain governmental or public project, only a corporation set up under Korea Commercial Code can be qualified. So branch office is usually excluded from any bid to a certain governmental or public project. Recognition. FIC with substantial amount of capital subscription is usually deemed as a decent business partner in Korea, but compared to FIC, branch office is considered as some kind of tentative, temporary entity. Thank you for visiting our YouTube Simon's Korea Tax. Thank you.